Hi, I'm Mama T, and today I want to talk about elderberry and why elderberry is so stinking popular right now. So the elder plant is called the flower of fairyland. In fact, it has this really cute history of being like this fairy tree where they say that there's this diva who lives inside of it. Her name is Elder Moore, and people used to actually ask her permission before they would harvest any part of the plant. This also is said that if you stand underneath a tree on a midsummer's eve, that the king of fairyland will actually walk in front of you with his entourage. This is called the tree of medicine because in this plant alone, by using both flower and berry, you generally had all of the medicine that you could possibly want. So I'm going to start with the berry. The berry is very popular today because it is an antiviral. It is such a great antiviral, and this is why it works. It actually coats your cells and makes them slippery so that way when the virus tries to penetrate, it slips right off and it can't. This means that the virus gets stopped in its tracks, it cannot continue to spread. I find that it works best when paired with something like echinacea that also is doing like a big sweep so that way the virus can get eaten quicker. That's my little tip. Elderberry is also known for having an affinity for lungs. Now this is also very popular today because it's very high in vitamin C, and I know that on the news they were like vitamin C and zinc and elderberry. So elderberry has lots of vitamin C. It also has tons of antioxidants, and you're like, so what? Lots of plants have this kind of stuff. Yes. Elderberry, however, tastes really good. So a lot of the plants that we've talked about, they can be nasty, they can be bitter, they can be acrid, they can be, in an alcohol tincture which tastes really funky. Elderberries have like a tart sweet flavor, so they're really good when you make them into syrups. Very popularly made into syrups and gummies because it tastes really good. So for people who don't want to take a capsule, for those people who do not like the flavor of an alcohol tincture or don't like flavors of really nasty herbal medicine, it's really yummy to take elderberry syrup, and kids usually like it because it's sweet. However, the flower itself should also be recognized. This is not antiviral, okay? The flower does not have that component. The flower is more popularly used today in cosmetics because it's very good for the skin. However, the flower internally can also be fantastic for your lungs. It is a vasodilator, meaning that it actually opens up the vessels. So if you have some sort of like bronchitis or something, that it gets inflamed and it gets all stuck and everything, this actually opens up, dilates those vessels, allowing your bronchioles to relax, take that nice deep breath. Elderflower is also an anti-inflammatory, so in addition to being a vasodilator, it can also calm the inflammation that may be happening within the lungs. Elderflower is a febrifuge, which is a fancy term, meaning that it helps to quell fevers. Really good to have on hand. Now this is bitter if you put it into a tea, so I highly recommend mixing it with other yummy things. I cannot leave here without telling you about the amazing spiritual properties of elder. This is something that I hold in very high respect, and I use it quite a bit. Elder gives the sense of being nurtured, especially in times of change. It is that strong, stable energy that can be there for you, that can help you if you're having like fear and anxiety. It's very nurturing. So when you're there going, oh my God, I'm freaking out and I'm so afraid of this thing and I'm having so much anxiety and let me just hold on to something, that is elder, okay? It is there for you in that way. I find that people who really need an archetypal father, because the father archetype was like the pillar of the family, was the strong and stable protector, giving very clear, set, wonderful boundaries. People who need that type of medicine, of archetypal father medicine, I always go to elder for that because it absolutely engenders that feeling of being held by that strength. This is also great for people who are feeling very invaded by, or over-dominated by something outside of themselves. And this could even be fear, whether it's a person that's over-dominating you or fear itself that could be overcrowding your mind and over-dominating you. It's ideal when you're having like challenges and changes in your life when you need courage and you need fortitude, because what elder does is it's not just a crutch that's there for you, like, hey, I got you, yeah, good luck once I'm gone. It's there as like, hey, let me help you through this, and I'm going to remind you that you can do it. I'm going to stimulate your innate power, and I'm going to remind you that you have that self-worth. And so then people walk away going like, yeah, I can do this. Elder really does help you come into your full sense of self. So it's protecting you, again, both inside and outside, both spiritually and physically. I really hope that this plant can help you with a sense of spiritual strength and physical strength that you may be going for. And remember, for all of you wonderful magical people out there that want to do witchy stuff, it is considered bad form to bring an elder branch inside of your house. On that note, stay happy and stay healthy.